Hey guys, welcome to Smack Talk Wrestling Reviews. I have survived Manchester. I'm back home. I am shattered. My voice is going. But I wanted to give my review of last night's SmackDown Live. So let's hit the music. So we started off the show with Shane O'Mac and Paige, and they had a big announcement. But before all that, we had Shane O'Mac have his picture taken with the World Cup, showing he's the best in the world, and the crowd hated every second. It was great. This was brilliant because I think WWE realised the fans were going to boo Shane, and they did the right thing. They got all the crappy bits over and done with first, and they got straight on with what the fans came to see: Survivor Series information and good matches, and that's what we got. Shane took the photos, and even I'm not the best in the world. I just celebrate because I beat Stephanie, and that's fine. We all like that Shane beat Stephanie because, end of the day, we prefer Shane over Stephanie. I was kind of hoping we'd get a heel Shane O'Mac, but no. But we did get a big announcement for Survivor Series from Paige and Shane O'Mac, and that is that Daniel Bryan will be captaining the men's team for Survivor Series. As well, this was great. All fans were cheering, were loving it, and he was interrupted by The Miz, who says, "Look, I'm 2/3 of the best in the world," which is actually true. The crowd cheered for. The crowd was cheering for The Miz most of the night, and that's always cool. You know he's a good heel when they boo when he needs to and cheer when they have to, and that's fantastic. The Miz is just really good on the mic, and it was great to see him live and just performing at an absolute high scale. And Shane agreed, and so did Paige, and they put them as co-captains. And throughout the night, we had little backstage segments. I'm going to talk about this now, which leads on to the main event. All right through the night, they made announcements who will be part of the Survivor Series team. The first person they added to their team was Shane O'Mac, and the crowd absolutely hated this. Hopefully this will change and we'll get someone else to replace Shane. But right now they're putting Shane in the Survivor Series team. And they also announced that if Rey Mysterio beats Andrade, Cien, Almas, he will be added. That was Daniel's pick. And the third and final pick between the two of them was they would both pick one superstar, and that superstar would compete against each other. Daniel chose Jeff Hardy. The Miz agreed. Jeff's a legend in the industry. He's world champion. He's been US champion. He's held every title you can think of. And the Miz's one was Samoa Joe, and you could tell The Miz was doing this throughout the night just to pee off Daniel Bryan because of Samoa Joe attacking him after his and AJ's match. For me, great opening segment. The little segments throughout the night were brilliant, and I really thought this really captured what SmackDown's doing. It's concentrating now Survivor Series, and they put a lot of the story and a lot of great matches together working towards this goal. So for me, with everything including the backstage segments, I'm going to give this 8 out of 10. Really good start to the show. Next up, we had a tag team match. The winner of this match would become captains of the tag team SmackDown Tag Team Survivor Series team. That's a lot of team in it. Pretty much it was the Usos versus the New Day. And let's be honest, if you think of the best two tag teams on SmackDown right now, you've got to give it to both, New Day and Usos. They've carried that brand for a long time, and I think it was a good choice. The match itself was really well put together. The fans were so divided in this one. A lot of New Day fans. I nearly got hit in the head by a pancake. I'm going to say this. Kofi Kingston can throw those bloody things. I never realised that. It nearly hit me in the friggin' head, Kofi. But it was good fun. People chanting, "I want pancakes." Some people chanting "up, up, down, down," which was interesting. I was that one guy. I was sat next to a load of New Day fans, and I'm there going, "Come on, Oos!" So that was fun. The whole match itself was fun and well put together. These guys have chemistry, and like someone said to me, we've seen this match before, but it's such a good match, you don't actually get tired of seeing it. And I totally agreed with that. The Usos did win, which made me happy. And the first thing they did was choose the New Day as part of their Survivor Series team, showing respect for a team they've had a long rivalry with. So I thought that was great. So I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. They really knew how to work the crowd, both the Usos and the New Day. So it was a well put together match for that. Next up we had a promo, and this is from the man herself, Becky Lynch, and she was on fire last night. Her promo was great. She had the home crowd on her side straight away. Even when she mentioned Ronda Rousey, the majority of the crowd, I don't know if they altered this for the taping, but the crowd were booing Ronda Rousey. That's how invested the crowd are in Becky Lynch. Someone like Ronda Rousey, who was getting cheered by the fans on the Monday night. The next night when Becky was, saying what she needed to say, the crowd was on Becky's team 100%. They booed Ronda straight away. When Ronda talked about Becky on the Monday night, the fans were cheering Becky. It's interesting to see how that is. I think that could easily indicate that the fans are more behind someone like Becky Lynch. And Becky just cut a fantastic promo talking about, look, Ronda, you can say whatever you want, but I am the man. I wasn't handpicked, and the crowd loves stuff like that. They absolutely, because it is true, Ronda Rousey is a handpicked superstar. Well, Becky Lynch is someone who shouldn't be champion in a lot of people's opinion backstage. For us fans, she is our champion. She's the woman we're going to root for. She's one of the best talkers and one of the best wrestlers in the company. She cut a fantastic promo. She said, you think you're the baddest bitch on the planet? Well, I'm going to make you mine. And I thought, that was a brilliant burn. The crowd loved it, and everyone thought it was a great segment. I mean, Becky called out any women's superstar to come out and challenge her because she wanted a fight tonight. And who came out? Sanity's music. I lost my shit for this. Sorry, pardon my language, but I absolutely lost it. Sanity came out. I lost it. And the guy next to me, I've got to say sorry to him a few times, because I was like, it's got to be Nikki Cross. It's got to be Nikki Cross. And the guy's like, why does that matter? Oh wait, it's got to be Nikki Cross. And it was Nikki Cross. I was so happy to see Nikki, and it was just brilliant. Let's move us on to the next match, Nikki versus Becky Lynch. I'm going to give this promo itself a 7 out of 10. Really well put together. The match itself was brilliant between Nikki Cross and Becky Lynch. It's just Nikki coming out and saying, I want to play, I want to play, I want to play, I want to play. And I thought, oh my god, that is so cool. And people don't understand. If you don't watch NXT, you just don't understand how good Nikki Cross is, and she's such a good character. People were chanting, Nikki's gonna kill you, Nikki's gonna kill, and it was interesting. The crowd just went straight towards Nikki Cross. You could see it, and people were chanting NXT. The match itself was good. It was a good, I thought it was a debut. I honestly thought it was a debut. I came home tonight, read it today, and I just thought, and I was looking at him and said, no, NXT superstar turns up to SmackDown. I was like, oh, right, so she's not been called up, she's just turned up to the show. Bit odd, she's still classed as an NXT superstar. Hopefully she's going to be moved up to SmackDown Live after War Games, and she's permanently on SmackDown. She put on a good match, and there's definitely chemistry between Nikki Cross and Becky Lynch. The match itself was quicker than I was expecting, but really good impact type of match. Nikki had it a few times where it looked like she was going to get Becky Lynch, but Becky Lynch got her into the disarmer and Nikki tapped out. For me, good little debut match for Nikki Cross, and Becky Lynch just comes out looking stronger, beating someone who's a fan favourite on NXT. I'm going to give this match a 7 out of 10. Really good fun. Like I said at the start of this review, we had Rey Mysterio, and he was taking on Andrade, Cien, Almas, and this for me was the match of the bloody night, guys. This was fantastic. The crowd were invested. The guys were putting on some absolutely brilliant high-flying moves. Obviously they've got lucha training in their background, so obviously they were using high-flying moves, and it was interesting to see the fans' reactions. Rey Mysterio got a huge pop. Andrade, Cien, Almas, not a huge pop. I was expecting a bigger pop. I was really marking for him, but not a lot of people were, which was a bit of a surprise for me. The match itself just continuously shows how good Rey Mysterio is. If we're going to get a Rey Mysterio versus Andrade Cien Almas feud in the future, definitely. These guys have great chemistry. Both men just showing exactly how good they are. Rey did get the win. The fans went crazy once we saw the 619. We were chanting 619, 619, 619. It was brilliant. Rey did get the victory. He is part of the Survivor Series team. And next thing we know, Randy Orton RKO out of nowhere. So it looks like we're going to move on to a Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton feud, which, let's be honest, we've seen before, but it can be a good feud. They've got good chemistry together, and it would be absolutely fun. We saw that they still had really good chemistry against each other winning Crown Jewel. It's probably one of the better matches on Crown Jewel, but we'll just have to wait and see. I really want to see Andrade Cien Almas versus Rey Mysterio more than Randy versus Rey, but I'm not too disappointed with this choices right now. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. Worth checking out, guys. It gets my match of the week, definitely. Next up, we got another promo, and this was Paige cutting a promo for the Women's Survivor Series team. But before the cameras started, Paige did announce our dark match of the night, and that would be Randy Orton and The Miz teaming up to take on AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan. But then the cameras came on and she announced this Women's Survivor Series team. And it was a good team. I think it's a very strong team for SmackDown. We've got Naomi, Asuka, we've got Carmella, and we've got Sonya Deville and Charlotte. Now all four of them came out. Charlotte didn't. Mandy Rose came out instead. Paige was like, "You're not taking Charlotte's spot. Don't even think about it, Mandy." And Mandy started dissing every single person in the Survivor Series team. This was actually a really good promo from Mandy Rose. I've got to give it to her. This was probably her best promo so far. I was disappointed one of the Iconics wasn't selected into the team over Carmella. I thought that would have been a little bit better. But Carmella's quite hot right now as a babyface, so it makes sense. And I think we could see a Sonya Deville babyface turn sooner rather than later, because I think we should see Mandy versus Sonya. I think that would be really well put together. Mandy started dissing every single person, like I said, and it caused a brawl. Naomi nearly smacked Mandy Rose. Sonya Deville and all the women were splitting them up. Got into a bit of a brawl, and that kind of was it. For me, it was the weakest part, one of the weakest segments of the show. But it's really good to see that SmackDown are just concentrating straight away on Survivor Series. And I think if we get a Mandy Rose versus Sonya Deville feud in the future, I won't mind that. So I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. You can skip it, guys, and just read who was in it. But yeah, the brawl itself wasn't anything too important. Last but not least, it is our main event, and it's Samoa Joe versus Jeff Hardy. The winner will be the last man added to the SmackDown Live men's team. This for me was the weakest match of the night, mainly because it just felt a little bit slower, and I think it's Jeff Hardy. It's nothing against Jeff. I am still a Jeff Hardy fan. I just think that Jeff Hardy just looks tired compared to everyone else. But yeah, you could tell that Jeff was on a lower gear. The fans still popped for Jeff Hardy. He's still quite enjoyable to watch. I enjoyed it, but I still felt that Samoa Joe should have won, and he did. Samoa Joe did win. Jeff Hardy was trying to pull out some high-flying moves. He didn't really pull off that well for him. Samoa Joe was kind of more, quite attack-based, which he usually is, but he felt a lot more vicious in this match. And like I said, it just felt a lot slower than I'm used to seeing Jeff Hardy. So I think he could be injured. I'm not sure. You never can tell with Jeff if he's injured or not, or if he's just on a slower gear. But Samoa Joe just seems such a good heel winner on this one. He did get the win. I mean, after he won, he started gloating in front of Daniel Bryan's face, who was on commentating with The Miz. Daniel started punching Samoa Joe. They got into the ring together. Daniel put him in the yes lock. The crowd went mental. Then The Miz tried to stop him. Daniel took out The Miz, started punching him. The crowd even went even more insane. Shane came out, tried to tried to separate. Daniel took out Cien and the crowd burst into excitement. Like, yeah, take out Cien O'Mac. We don't want him on our Survivor Series team. And yeah, and that was SmackDown Live. Daniel walked off. And like I said, this felt like the weakest part of the night. So I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. 6.5 really. But yeah, for a main event, it just felt a little bit slow compared to like what we got with Andrade and Ray. So there you go, guys, that was SmackDown Live. I am going to talk about the dark match quickly now between the tag team match. It really wasn't anything. It was about 5-10 minutes, and it's pretty much The Miz refused to wrestle. The crowd were chanting because he refused to wrestle. Then he started saying it was because of us. He wasn't going to wrestle. Him and Randy started to walk away. AJ and Daniel dragged him back into the ring. They kind of swapped moves, did AJ and Daniel. So that was kind of cool. That was fun to see those two having a bit more fun. The Miz did get pinned. It was, like I said, it was a very quick match, but very fun. AJ and Daniel said some words to the crowd. AJ just thanking the crowd, saying how special Manchester is, because obviously it was a year since he won the SmackDown title here, and he just thanked the fans for his support, and I thought that was a really good way to end the show. The only thing I've got to say is, if you go to a Raw show, Raw is quite, you get main event at the start and then you go straight on to the actual Raw show. That's fine. SmackDown Live is a long show. It was 3.5 hours, guys. That's how long it was. We had SmackDown for 2 hours. Then we had the Mixed Match Challenge, where we had 2 matches in that, which was great. And then we had 205, which was fun. And then we got a dark match. So by the end of it, you're getting out by nearly 10:30 at night, and you're drained. You're absolutely drained. I'm going to give this a very special score of 9 out of 10. I absolutely love SmackDown this week. I thought, mainly because I was there and you get the atmosphere. Yes, if people are going to talk about the attendance, yes, the attendance, there was a lot of blacked out seating in the arena. That is true. In the upper arena part, that was all blacked off, and most of the side, camera facing side was all but blocked off as well. But if you're gonna talk about the crowds were absolutely manic at the SmackDown show. Everyone, I think Raw and SmackDown, you just talk about the crowds and they are fantastic. The fans are brilliant. I had a good time talking to a lot of people who were wrestling fans, and you get on so well. You got people who are just who are there having the time of their lives, and I can't blame them. But yeah, that's my review for SmackDown Live, guys. I am absolutely worn out. If you do like our videos, please like, subscribe, and press the bell to keep notified. If you want to follow us on Twitter, you can do it at SmackTalkYouTube. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do it at Boise88. And I'll see you guys next time on Smack Talk Wrestling Reviews.